Hey guys, on this month's episode of Top 5, we will be talking about Game Warrior's top 5 tabletop or card games. So, we are Game Warriors, not video game warriors. So, we do like playing other games other than just video games. So, let's count down, as voted by our board of directors, our top 5 uh, games. So, at number 5, it was actually a tie after multiple revotes and stuff like that. So, fifth spot, we're going to start with the first one that died, Cards Against Humanity. So, never personally played Cards Against Humanity. What I do know is that it was released in 2011 as a party game where you kind of do fill in the blank answers to questions using what's typically politically incorrect and or risque or offensive answers. And from what I've gathered from talking to people and looking at it, it seems a lot like Balderdash and Mad Libs. So I know that it was voted on by about half of my board, so I guess I need to play it. So moving right along into our other tied one is Trivia Pursuit. So Trivia Pursuit is a trivia style board game released in or created in 1979 by Chris Haney and Scott Abbott. And what I found interesting about it was that it, they created it because their Scrabble game was missing some pieces. So they they worked on it and then released it in 1981 with the help of John Haney and Ed Werner, and it's spawned I don't know how many variations. I lost track of the counts and stuff like that, but I know I thoroughly enjoy the game. I've got family edition and I've got video game editions. I've had it installed on my phone. I just really enjoy trivia style games. And then moving right along, in our number 4 spot, we got Uno. So this is a classic card game that everybody has, I'm sure, played. Developed in 1971 by Merle Robbins. And it's, you get rid of your cards, and my daughter's favorite thing about this was the infamous draw 4. But I've seen this played multiple times, multiple variations and stuff like that. They've got house rules and all that. They've got hundreds of different theme decks and variants, including like Star Trek and Avengers. They have variants like Uno Spin, Uno Bingo. I've seen an oversized Uno, which I think would probably end up very badly because that thing looked like they were like poster board cards. I can imagine some of my people hitting each other with those. But one of the classics. And then moving on to number 3, which is one that I just in the last year found out about as a game, or got a chance to play rather. It's Munchkin. It's a card game that spoofs tabletop RPGs. It was created or designed by Steve Jackson, illustrated by John Kovalik. So basically, you start out at level 1, and you go up through level 10, which is then the boss battle and everything. So you collect these different cards that have different attributes and everything that you fight against the little monsters and everything. So I've enjoyed the standard version. I went out after playing it, went out and bought the X-Men version of it. Found out there's variants for Rick and Morty and another set that's off in the Marvel universe and everything else. So if you like card games and you like RPGs, this is the perfect game for you. Um, I look forward to playing it on again. So, and then moving right along into number 2, the Game of Life, which I really am not a fan of. It's okay, but it just reminds me of uh, too much of the other stuff. But it's a great family game. Don't get me wrong, unless you're playing with my family, and then we get a little heated. So, a little backstory on this. Was originally created by Milton Bradley as the checkered Game of Life in 1860, and the board actually looked like a modified checkered board. Now, the version that we know and love today was released in 1960. And another note was it was one of America's first, I think it may have been the first popular parlor game. So, and I'm sure many of people have played this. So now, on to our number 1 spot. So, before I get into that, this was almost a unanimous vote by all of the board members, except for 2 that, I might have to rethink about their position in our organization. Just joking, Adam. And that is Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, which has been around since the 70s. 1974, I think, was when it was first released by Tactical Studies Rules. I think I got that right. It was created by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson. And it's now owned by Wizards of the Coast, which is a subsidiary of Hasbro. And if you're not familiar with this game, what are you doing with your life? All right, seriously, guys. But it is a real fun game. I know it's got a bad stigma. It's starting to kind of fade. I know a lot of people that I tried to get to play it didn't want to play it because they'd heard all the bad rumors and stuff like this. Got you a notebook, pen, pencil, some dice, and your imagination. Now, there's a rule book and everything, but those are the main things. And generally, I don't get to actually sit down and play as a character. I'm doing the DM thing or Dungeon Master thing, which I enjoy. I'm not gonna lie. But your imagination is the limitations of this game. So the current campaign that me and the board members and my family have been playing has been going on for a couple of years now. We just keep adding in and everything else. I enjoy the setup of it. I mean, my particular setup is a lot like an 80s cartoon. We got your bad guy and he does all these different little things. So, and of course, our heroes try to foil his plans. So, but I will warn you, it does get addictive. I mean, you kind of, I know me and a couple other people, we really want to play on a regular basis if we had the time, but adulting can't do it. So, but highly recommend checking out all 6 of these games, and so if you liked any of the games that we put on our list, or you think there are some that we missed that should give a second chance, please leave a comment in the comment section. And if you have a great experience with one of these games, we'd like to hear from you as well. So till next time, guys, this is Almighty Wraith saying stay awesome, and we'll catch you next go around.